Thank you for coming to another episode of His Wife, Her Husband.
I am Shamika, his wife,
And I am Patrick, her husband. And our purpose is to help you build
and sustain your marriage.
from a biblical perspective.
Hmm.
Today's video, we are going to be talking about first year marriage.
Yeah. Sometimes we forget about those newcomers
Yeah.
that then said, "Yes, I love him. I love her. And there's nothing that they can do. And this is going to be so easy, cheesy, lemon squeezy.
Right.
He does no wrong. She is the girl of my
hmm
dreams."
Do you
Yeah,
do you remember our first year?
I do.
If you believe your marriage is in need of coaching, Shamika and I are certified marriage and life coaches. Just log into our website, www.hiswifeherhusband.net, to book your discovery call.
Wives, if you are looking for one-on-one coaching, put his wife in the notes section.
Husbands, if you are looking for one on one coaching, put her husband in the notes section.
Husbands and wives, if you are looking for marriage coaching as a couple, put his wife, her husband in the notes section
Remember, our purpose is to help you build
and sustain your marriage.
from a biblical perspective.
So go on over to www.hiswifeherhusband.net to schedule your discovery call today.
Okay, give.
It was interesting, it was
Well,
shocking.
do you remember one of the things that? So we're gonna try to tackle like that first year and what happens in that first year of marriage. I think I don't have statistics. I'm gonna have to get statistics. But I believe majority of first year marriages have the struggle
Yeah,
of figuring it out. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And you like, this is not what I signed up for.
yeah.
Do you know he don't let the toilet seat down when he
Come
use the restroom?
on.
Hey,
Yes.
women, I don't know why y'all get so upset about that. I know why y'all get upset about that. But here's the thing: we let the so. I'm thinking about the joke that
Hilarious, Patrick.
what's his name? What's the
I don't know. But ain't nobody gonna be listening.
Sinbad. Sinbad said, "Why don't you look back before you sit down? Then you won't have a problem." But anyway,
Be considerate. And
anyway,
listen, I will say this. After you dip down a couple of times, you learn
yeah.
to look.
But you gonna hear that?
Like,
You
oh, yeah,
let the seat down. Like no, look before you sit down.
yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
would be the one. Anyway, first year, first
Interesting.
year. What do you remember about our first year?
So, our first year was very interesting because Patrick and we cohabitated first. So I will
I'm talking
say
about the
that
first year of marriage,
I
not the
know,
first
I know.
year.
I'm gonna tell you how I think that it's gonna lead to the shocking part. So
Okay,
okay,
gotcha. My
so
fault. My fault. My
so I
fault. My
was
fault.
given the
Do your
backdrop,
thing. I'm
and
sorry.
Patrick be trying to
I'm sorry. My
navigate
fault.
y'all.
That's me. My fault.
It's okay. That's you, and I love you.
No.
Yeah, come on, lead and guide. Amen.
What?
Okay. At any rate, so we stayed together prior to us getting married.
Mhm.
And so when we stayed together, it's kind of like you do your thing. It was just like, we figured it out.
Right.
Well, when we got married, I was like, oh my goodness. I just assumed that things were going to just be as they were supposed to be. Yeah, there was no discussion. There was no marriage coaching. There was no marriage counseling. There was no, what's your background and, how you were brought up, what's your emotional state. None of that. We had none of that. So, our first year, I have to admit, I was like, oh, snap.
Mm.
What did I sign up for?
Do you have anything specific?
Yeah,
Okay, go ahead.
look, it's like, first of all, I was emotionally distraught. I'm finna tell you why. I felt like I had nothing to bring to the marriage table. You know why?
Why?
Because I had did everything with Patrick prior to getting married.
Right.
So there was no excitement. We did not have a big wedding, okay? So there was no
Mhm.
bells and whistles. There were no gifts to unwrap. There were no thank you cards to
Hmm.
write.
Interesting.
All it was just we left from celebrating. We had dinner. We picked up the children, and we like,
Oh yeah, because we had two children.
yeah, what now? Like there was no being carried over the threshold. There was no the house. Look, when we got married, we left the house a wreck. We came back to that mess.
So you would have to go to one of the videos we did as to reason why that because us getting married was really quick after we had been together
Yeah,
for a while.
and we got married. Can I say this? Then this goes back to the video we just did about walking together except you agree. But we agreed to marriage based on conviction.
Hmm.
But we didn't have any counseling.
Hmm.
We had no
That's true.
sound counseling. All we had was
We did
we
not.
had a strong core conviction that what we were doing was absolutely wrong. So we went from one extreme to the other extreme based on a strong spiritual conviction. That was it.
I'm tripping about how did we survive? Like, how are we? Like, when I think about it now, it's a blessing that we are still together,
Yeah,
that we're still
yeah.
married,
That is so true.
because statistics is not on our side.
Yeah, it was not
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
favorable.
Then first year.
It was not favorable. But anyway, Patrick didn't carry me over the threshold. We still got diapers to change. I looked a hot mess physically. I was not pretty to my own self. I didn't get my hair done. I mean, it was just stuff like, all the things that most brides do. We didn't do that. And on our way to getting married, we got into it. I can't remember what we got into it about, but we were not even like gelling on that day, but we agreed to get married. But anyway, you leave your socks out.
Is this the first year? Are you getting to the part where you're gonna talk about the first year issue, issue you had the first year of marriage?
Yeah.
Okay,
But the issue was,
you taking
like,
the scenic route.
I did. You gonna let me? You gonna let me try the boat?
All right, go ahead.
Okay,
I'm gonna
we
ride
had
with
her
you.
deal. But anyway, just I would say that first year it was working on communication. Um, I didn't understand what it was that I had gotten myself into.
Hmm.
And I did not understand how to convey over to you what my vision was or what I thought it would be. And neither did you have a vision at that time. I mean, like,
You don't know
again,
what I had.
well, I'm assuming based on your actions that it wasn't a um, it wasn't a moving away from single living, or boyfriend girlfriend living, to husband and wife. Like, we did not have that. But anyway, the whole idea, the notion, like, these are just the simple things. But something as simple as, okay, who's going to pay the bill now, and who's going to.
Were we splitting the bills 50-50 then?
When we were living together, but
So when we got married.
when we first got married, it was a becoming one. Like, you assumed the responsibility. Uh-huh.
So we didn't. It wasn't half and half. It was just like how do we do
You
it?
know what? I take that back. It was a half and half, because I remember when the Lord told me to trust you with the finances.
Mhm.
That was hard, because I
Mhm.
had come from a very strong woman background,
Mhm.
and it was, yeah, trusting a man with your finances, with your life. That was a
Right.
no go. You know.
Plus that's well that
Whew.
yeah that was okay. Go ahead.
That's tough. So again, that's bringing that background philosophy into this marriage, and it was
Mhm.
understood. I'm keeping mine on the side,
Right.
and where your portion,
My money is my money. Your
yeah,
money is my money.
But
Yeah.
then
She said, uh huh.
uh-huh,
That
we,
means you went. Did you hear what I said?
uh-huh,
Why you what?
we think like that.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it's not right, but that's how I thought.
All right, go
I
ahead.
mean,
Go ahead.
yeah.
Strong background, women.
Yeah, and
No.
so it was the
Mhm.
shedding away of even those erroneous beliefs, those concepts, those life concepts. Like, I had to do away with some of those. No, do away with those things, and enter into this new life, in this of sharing life and space
Mhm.
with you in a healthy way. But yeah, something that's funny. I, Patrick, I was brought up on rolling the socks.
Oh
at the top.
man.
When I tell you we argued about this, I'm
Oh.
gonna tell y'all the simple things we argued about. So Patrick liked to fold his socks.
Mm-hmm.
I would roll the socks to keep it together.
Mm.
And man, he still gets flustered. Just the thought of it. I don't even do it anymore, but just the thought of it, he would just get flustered. He was like, "It's stretching and it's gonna make it do this." You know
Mm-hmm.
the little, how socks do. But when I tell you that man cut up over them socks, I was like, "Well, then you do it yourself." And guess what? I would get upset
First
about.
of all, I don't think it was that clean.
Oh yeah, no, I can't talk like that.
Well, that's right, I guess.
I'm saved.
What?
My language has been delivered. It has been delivered.
Okay, go ahead.
And so his pet peeve was socks. My pet peeve was towels. Don't you fold those towels that away. And I meant it that away. Oh my goodness. It
Yeah.
had to be showroom
Like
flow
in
folded.
my mind, and so here's the thing though. For me, it was like you are disrespecting my mom, because this is how my mom taught me to fold towels. You feel
See?
what I'm saying?
See? How dare
So
you
how dare you?
question how my mama.
Right.
Because my mama not wrong.
Correct.
And it's so funny because first of all, you just didn't talk about Patrick and his mom, because his mom had multiple sclerosis, so you can't talk back. You can't say, "Well, your mama don't know." Oh my goodness. Then it's like, oh man, you just a horrible wife, because his mama know how to, the fact that she can fold. You know what I mean?
She can't move her
She
arms no
can't move her
more.
arms no more. That's a
And you gonna talk
sensitive
about my
area.
mom folding towels, and
Yes. Uh-uh.
you
So
can
it's
understand my mama could.
yeah. So look, it was just some things be like, well, I know your mama taught you, but can I
That's
just
not.
have this portion? Like, look, it was so funny.
So it's kind of
Our
like
first agreed upon,
I'm like, what difference does it make as long as the towel get in there?
and I'm saying, well, what difference does it make if you have your socks together? This was our first, our
I don't
first.
know if it was our first,
No, no,
but
no, no. I'm gonna say our first agreed upon. Well, if you do, I'll fold your socks in half, and you fold my towels the way I want it. Well, it's a
no.
deal.
So
Yes, we
that
did.
no, I didn't fold your towels the way you want. I just didn't fold towels.
Oh, that's true.
And I was like, don't fold my socks. I got my own socks because I don't like the way you do
Oh,
that. You know what I'm
y'all.
saying?
Patrick was a handful.
So praise God. So I think for me, one of the things I remember is, since we're on that kind of subject, is how to argue or how to disagree. Because during that first year, they were yelling matches, and so I'm an only child growing up in the hood, and so we debated and argued about everything. Me and my partners, like it was always, man, you blah 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 blah. Now here's the thing: when I get to my family reunions on my dad's side, it's the same thing. And we yell to get our point across, and so it's who yells the loudest. But like there's nothing else to that. But that's not how my wife. So
So you
we're
know what? We
we're
would go
yelling.
back and forth, or I was shut down.
So then that's the good part. So for her, when we disagreed, my idea was, now let's talk about it right now. She's like, I don't want to talk right now. No, we need to talk right now because I believe I want to get this over with so we can move on, or I want to get this over with. We need to talk
So you
now.
can
Ain't
win.
no waiting till tomorrow because now we got the problem right now. But she's like, I don't want to talk right now. Can I? And so for me, our first year, I used to try to make her have this conversation with me
Right now.
right now because the problem is right now. So we're going to deal with it right now. And I didn't have time,
Text
text,
and
and
tone.
tone. I didn't, like, I don't know that. Again,
Yeah.
remember, we didn't have any counseling.
Yeah.
We didn't have a, we didn't have any marriage coaches or anything like
We
that.
didn't even
Like,
have a point of reference other than, and
but
even if
but
we
but
did,
but here's the thing. I never saw my. Cause I don't know where I got it from. I've never seen my dad and my mom. Maybe that's a part of the thing too. I never seen them disagree.
yeah,
So I don't know how married couples supposed to agree or disagree. Like I don't.
yeah.
So some people would say children should never see it. I think they should see healthy disagreements. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
because there will be a healthy resolution.
Correct. And
And
see
it's
healthy
so
resolution
and
at
it's
the
so
same time.
funny, now that you mention it, Patrick had his parents as seeing a husband and a wife living together
Hmm.
through a hard time, and they worked through it. Well, me on the other hand, I had no frame of reference.
Hmm.
I just had was strong women that figured it out, and they struggled and survived their way through.
Right.
So yeah, that's just interesting. Like and if we did know of a married couple back at that time, because I'm going back in the Rolodex of my mind, they all were like either going through, or you knew that they didn't like each other, and they just
Talking about the
like,
husband and wife.
yeah,
Hmm.
like the married couples that were in our community, they was just sticking it and working their way through. Like it wasn't any, like I didn't feel comfortable with
They were
going to
more
anybody
they were more
to ask for
roommates
help.
than married couples.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It was more of, thank you. It was more roommates than actual strong marriage relationship.
Gotcha.
Like we could say, oh yeah, I want that.
Hmm.
Like no. The only, and it's so funny. We shared this on the Unlearned podcast, but my only frame of reference was the Cosbys.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was TB families. It was family ties, and that's
Hmm.
when the music would play when the solution came. It was
In
do do
30
do
minutes,
do do do
everything
do.
worked out in 30
Yeah,
minutes.
it
Yeah.
was Family Matters.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that was my strong family
It's funny
influence.
you mentioned the Cosbys because people would talk about the Cosbys and
The
what
Huxtables.
the
Mhm.
Huxtables
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
what the Huxtables were what was trying to be shown was I think what they were trying to show was a couple who was doing well from the from our
From the black
culture.
community. Yeah.
I don't like saying black because we all
Okay.
Americans with African descent, but
But now just look, but just think back, that particular program, and not taking away from all of our viewers that may not share in this actual context, but this is what we had,
hmm
because
but people
we
would talk
had,
about it though, like it's not real.
yeah,
So they would get ridiculed for trying to show positive couples, but obviously there are couples out there
they were
that are
professional
truly
family, yeah.
good couples. They love each other. Like every couple you see, every marriage you see isn't filled with
James in Florida.
no, baby. Every couple you see isn't filled with just drama.
Hmm.
There are couples out there that are making it, that they are doing right. And so the question would not be what's the real, because for that couple, that is real. This is
Yeah,
my reality. My
yeah.
reality is that my wife and I get along.
Hmm.
My reality is my wife and I do well at that the reality is that they do well financially. The reality is that they're doing the best to raise their children. That's a reality.
Yeah,
So instead of questioning the Huxtables, ask how do I become
yeah.
like the Huxtables, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's interesting. Again, that's what I had as
Yeah.
far as a family reference. Um, and so that's what.
So did it seem f- far out of reach?
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
But seeing the Huxtables
Gave me hope.
made you believe that yeah, okay.
It gave me hope, and I looked forward to growing up and getting married.
So when
And,
you get married
and it's not looking
and you
like
don't see
that.
it's more like the Simpsons.
No. Good times.
Well, they got along. That's, I don't,
Florida and James
yeah,
stayed frustrated.
but
Florida, and look, the only meal
no,
was oatmeal
no. That's I don't. That was good black love.
you
That
okay.
was good black
Well,
love. You know
again,
what I'm
so there
saying?
go. You look, y'all see. Hey, to me, I saw struggle, and it was just like hard time.
But
Now the theme song is fire. Like I was singing that
no,
theme
but
song.
that was good black love. So I don't. So it may not.
James did love her, but I guess what I'm saying is like they just you could tell the sense the financial struggle, and she was trying to help James to see, and he was trying to help Florida to see, and then
Yeah, I
JJ
don't.
do something crazy, and Michael,
I remember one time my mama told me, "Don't go fine like JJ fine."
see.
And if y'all remember the episode, I got caught finding like JJ found,
Mercy.
and
Mercy.
I
Yeah.
never got it expunged off my record, and still today is on
Mercy.
there. But anyway,
Well, let's work on getting that sponge since you put
right.
it out there. Let's.
So for us, the first year, really neither one of us have a frame of reference on how to disagree with one another.
Mm.
I don't have that. I never saw it. Not
But
that
you
they
did have
didn't.
a frame of reference on how to live together.
Right, but not
Interesting.
how to disagree, because we're like, maybe my mom and dad did in their first year,
Yeah.
but even throughout the year, they don't have it. I think our children have seen us, and I know our children have seen us disagree, not get along. I know they have, because sometimes when Shamika, I don't know what she be on, y'all. My All of them, we
Hilarious.
always look at each other and be like, and my children always say, they always point at me like, "What you do?" Because they know obviously I've done something. So whenever my wife clean, when she spring
That's my
clean in the
therapy.
winter,
Hmm.
when she spring clean in the winter, yeah, somebody did something wrong, and for the most part, we kind of just, hey, we let her
Okay,
be.
listen, I
To
want to throw
But
that
anyway,
question out there. Am I the only one that clean as a form of therapy? Because
no, I'm pretty sure it's not.
women, wives, I need you all to
I don't think I don't think it's a wife thing though.
wait a
I
minute.
think it's a personality thing.
Let me ask the question,
No,
Patrick.
because you about to say only
Patrick,
wives do that, but I know
Patrick.
some friends that
Okay.
they clean, they love to clean.
All right, so would you put that in the comment section that me too, I clean too. I get it clean too.
Don't do me too.
Don't do me too. Okay, yeah, you're right.
Put
Not me
I
too.
clean too.
I look say that your cleaning is your therapy. Something like that.
That's too long.
That's too long.
That's just my opinion.
Okay, so y'all just say you all say
I like
I
I clean.
understand.
I clean too.
I clean too. I'm the clean up. Okay, anyway, that's no delete that.
What in the world?
Mm, okay, but anyway, we're just cleaning up.
Jeez.
Oh no. God, okay. Oh, I tell you, this mind, y'all, I don't know. This mind is something else. Don't even listen to that type of music. But when I tell you,
Not anymore.
my grandmama would get up on a Saturday morning and she would clean up to blues. I clean up to some good old fashioned Fred Hammond. They already know holiness is coming through this cleaning, amen. And I'm talking about we will get it done. I would be praying, crying, rejoicing, celebrating, and everybody knew that Fred Hammond meant get up too
Mean
and do
get up.
your
Fred
section too.
Hammond mean get up and clean
Yeah,
the
and not
house.
only you
That's
cleaning your
crazy.
house, but you getting this temple and you getting it lined up
Yep.
to worship the Lord.
That's crazy.
Yeah, through the beauty of holiness. Amen. Cleanliness and holiness. It's the way. Amen. Still work.
First year.
Okay, yeah, first year.
All right, first year.
So yeah, that first year was fun. It was exhilarating. It was full of anger, a rush of emotions, a lot of processing. But I tell you, honey, Patrick could make a request, and I really, in my mind, wanted to make it happen. Now, how to get it done was another thing, but I did want to make sure that our marriage worked together. But that first year, it can be very scary trying to process
It
and
is very scary to me.
uh-huh. And now looking back from our 25 plus years, when you look back, when we're helping newlywed couples, it is, we try to share with them that it's a merging of families, it's a merging of ideas, it's certain, understanding different preferences, and being willing to adjust to that. Because let me tell you what changed my mind is when Patrick and I almost lost Patrick early on in our marriage because we were robbed at gunpoint.
Oh yeah.
And listen, the
But that wasn't the
socks.
first year though.
No, it wasn't. But
Mhm.
I said early on in our marriage.
Okay.
But this is when how can I say? I want to say this was like our third year, and so Yeah, because Paige was a little baby. She was an arm baby. Like she was in a car
So
seat.
this is 99.
We got
Yeah,
married in
yeah, that's true.
'97, so this was our
Uh,
second or third year.
it's about our third year.
And you had just given your life to the Lord in '99, so that's how I remember it. We was coming home from Bible study. We was robbed at gunpoint, and I can remember praying, asking the Lord, please don't let me be a widow. And from that day on, I never complained about the toilet seat being lit up or how he
Hmm.
wanted his towel, not towels, his socks folded, whatever his preference was, because at that point, man, I would have given anything to just have a disagreement. Like I
Yeah.
wouldn't have wanted to be, to have life with,
You've been a widow with three children at
uh-huh,
20
at
something.
22. Let me say 24. Yeah, I would have been
Whew.
24. Yeah,
Jeez.
and sitting in the back seat with our babies, and
Mhm.
and we was trying to figure it out. And thank God for His grace and
Who
mercy
was sitting up
because
front? The oldest baby?
uh-huh.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And so it was just
Phew.
it was that's more than a notion.
Scary moment.
Yeah. But God is faithful. And so there are things in life. I'm not wishing that upon anyone, but this is the route or this is the experience that we had that changed my life where I stopped complaining and I was just grateful. And so but then by the same token I had to work on not letting bad habits and behaviors overtake me because it's like you still have to be responsible to at least put your clothes in the dirty clothes hamper. But I will say that a lot of murmuring and complaining ceased from me as a result of that. And I can say the same for you. Like we began to value each other because not only was a gun to you, but a gun was to me as well.
And from what I could see, the guy, he had a Tech Nine. He was holding a Tech Nine with one hand, and maybe he could, I don't know. But that was the day um, I wanted to stop preaching. Like I was done because I wanted revenge.
Yeah,
Um, and my son, for a long time,
he was
he was
traumatized.
traumatized.
Yeah.
Anytime he saw a dark-skinned male with cornrows in his head, he would clench. You know what I'm
And
saying?
he would run to his dad.
And
Yeah.
yeah, we were looking, we went looking for the guy the next
Yeah.
day,
Yeah.
me and a friend, and it was on site. It was gonna be on site. At that particular time, that car was a car that everybody drove in Memphis,
Yeah.
and we saw not one car
That not that
that
model.
model,
Yeah.
not even the model. The color was unique, so it wasn't hard to find the color because it was a
Yeah.
unique color.
Yeah.
But we didn't even see that model. But anyway, yeah, that was a scary moment. It
Mhm.
was it was a an eye opening moment that said, okay, wait a minute. The arguments that we have, are they really worth arguing about?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I'm telling
saying?
you, put those moments will put things in
Can you
perspective.
yeah, can
Mhm.
I do I remember what we were arguing about? Like, no. Okay, if this is not going to affect us years down the line, man, we're not going to
Let's squash it.
like
Yeah.
yeah, I'm done with that, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so anyway, and so that wasn't our first year of marriage, but that would be in that newlywed stage or phase of
Mhm.
marriage. So yeah, but anyway, I feel like we talking long, but when it comes to the first year of marriage, just know that it's a lot of processing, it's a lot of decision making, a lot of communication is definitely needed. I
Yeah.
would I would definitely encourage again. You may not need counseling, you may not need therapy, but you definitely need some help along the way. It'll be a blessing if you come from a rich heritage of married, thriving married couples, not just married couples, but thriving married couples that they
Yeah.
are truly relating to one another.
Mhm.
That you can pick up the phone and call for help and for wise counsel and
Mhm.
advice, and not necessarily for fixing your spouse, but just with you process the things that you're processing. You need someone that is wise to help you work through what you may be going through
Yeah.
in your mind, because and it's real. So don't be dismissive, excuse me,
Yeah.
Patrick, don't be dismissive of those things that you may be feeling or wondering, or you may just have that's floating in your mind that needs some resolve.
Mhm.
Don't hesitate to reach out to someone. And in this case, Patrick and I are availing ourselves that if you need a marriage coach just to help guide you through and to give you fresh perspective and insight to let you know and reassure you that you signed up for this and you can do this. Like you really can do this. It's gonna take some sacrifice. It's gonna take some work, but you definitely can get it done, and you can get it done where you can have a thriving marriage.
Yeah, and if there's a like a couple in your church
Hmm.
that you can begin to build a relationship with them, an older couple, that you can see that they still have the spark in them,
Yeah.
begin to take them out to dinner and just be around them and
Or
just
invite them over. Yeah.
invite them over to dinner and just try to spend as much time with them as you can,
Hmm.
and begin to pick up what they drop, what they put down,
Yeah. That's
and
what you
and
call sharing life.
yeah,
Hmm.
and begin to allow them to disciple you as a couple. So yeah, you want to again surround yourself, and I would say no more than three. You only need really one good couple.
Yeah.
No more than three couples that you can bounce ideas off of. You can ask, those really tough questions for them, and just yeah, I think that'll help you out for this, especially for those first year people. Like you
Hmm.
really need to find somebody
Hmm.
that you can glean from.
Cause that first year, when you when you said that, I was gonna say first year blues, but I don't want to say first year blues. I do want to say you'll have some woes. You'll be like, whoa, you know what I mean? Like, oh
I think it's
my goodness.
I think it is blues, first year blues.
Cause you coming
Um,
off of your honeymoon, especially if you had like, you were given the
hmm
opportunity to go through the betrothal process, and it was a big deal. And then you go through maybe engagement parties, everybody's celebrating the wedding planning, the honeymoon phase. It's like yeah, 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 and then all of a sudden, all of the adrenaline drops. And it's like,
and
oh
that's when the
my
real work
goodness.
begins.
Yeah, that's when it's like, okay, how do I keep, you know, bringing this spark to the marriage? And that's where you have to, again, it'll be wise for you to have someone there with you, like another couple to help to encourage you on how to keep the sparks going and to communicate with your spouse.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
that's good. Anything else?
I think that's it. That's all.
All right, that's it. That's all. Listen, if you
Oh,
have not
forgot about that.
had an opportunity to subscribe, please subscribe to our channel. Make sure you hit the bell notification so when we drop new videos, you'll be the first to get them. Comment. Let us know what you think about the video. Let us know how was your first year. Uh, let's do a rating. Rate your first year on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being terrible, 10 being magnificent. Let us know, whether some issues that you face, how did you get over those, and let us know, as well as and share the video for other couples that may find value in what we're talking about. So we thank you and we love you and we'll see you in the next video.
Bye.
All right.